Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? So, as the name of this video implies, I did make a trip or two to a local Hobby Lobby since this was my day off. I went, and in my corner of Michigan, I seem to luck out. I have, for the most part, since I first learned about the sales, what is this? My third or fourth year? This might be my fourth year with the Hobby Lobby sales. I can't remember. Maybe my third. I think it's my fourth. Anyway, I don't think it's my fifth. I think it's my fourth. Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I've had really great luck. Either I have literally been there as they're stickering, or they have just stickered, or I really can't complain. For the most part, I have found what I've hoped to get, or in the case of last year when I think I only found one at one store and two or three at another store. You guys gifted me the stuff, which was so amazing. And I did start that shawl that I said I would out of that yarn, by the way. It is on the hook. Also on hold. Right now, actually, I had been dying to make it, but it is on hold also because of the Andy blanket. Not to blame things on the Andy blanket, but it is on hold because of that. Which, if you have been following my my little daily vlog series for my Advent stitch markers, you've also been kept up to speed on the dramas of the Andy blanket. So anyway, I had heard, as most of you probably have, that Hobby Lobby had started their big annual clearance early this year. And I believe that it's because my Hobby Lobbies haven't really, but they seem to have been moving around their store. They're going to have their yarn somewhere else and something else moved in where their yarn is. So if you go in and there's no yarn where it should be, don't panic, just look around. But in my store, in the two that I was at today, before you got to the yarn aisle, was it between the fabric and the yarn maybe? Somewhere in there, there was basically one middle aisle missing. And each one had a big sign that said, "Do not enter." And that was it. So something maybe the fabric is going there, or no idea. Something bigger is going there though. That's not going to be aisles with shelves, assumably, or they're going to have different shelves or something, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, anyway. So I went to the first one with David. We got up earlier and we went because he likes to go earlier in the day. And we went to the Hobby Lobby that is that way. And there's only me and a couple other ladies that were shopping around. And one of those ladies seemed surprised that she had caught the sale going on. Now at that one, they had started the markdown. I wasn't clear if they had started it yesterday or this morning. But I had basically went for one specific yarn, which was the Soft and Sleek. I think it's called Bright Stripes. Not to be confused with Red Heart Bright Stripes. But it is the black anti-pilling with the different striped in neon colors. Because as expected from me, it reminds me of just 80s beautifulness, right? And they did not have it. If any, I Love This Yarn was on clearance, they did not have any of that. Actually, there must have been some, because if you have never noticed, say you go in and you clear out, or even if you just push aside where the clearance yarn is, on the tag that is inside of the the shelf area that would have the name inside there, they mark it with a D. So a couple of the empty spaces for the I Love This Yarn had D's on them. So there must be some colors that are slated for clearance, but they were gone. The I Love This Cotton was gone, which that's fine. I wasn't really in the market for cotton. If a color had like struck my fancy, I may have considered it, but that's okay. Nearly all of the hand, I keep wanting to say hand spun, but like the hand dye, the hanked yarn, pretty much all of that was gone. I had seen where somebody else had gotten some of the, like the kits that are basically the Hobby Lobby version of the, I know I'll say it wrong, but of the shipshies, like the miniature boxes. Somebody had gotten those and the price tag, the clearance tag on it was like $3 something, I think. But those were all gone except for one that wasn't marked down. And then at the other store, they weren't marked at all. All of the sugar wheels, the acrylic cakes, they were gone. The ones that were marked down, they were gone. So I have the feeling that maybe they started the markdown yesterday, or there was a very lucky customer, like I'm usually the lucky one, that somebody else was the lucky one, or somebody knew ahead of time. One of the three. I'm not sure which. You know, it could be any of them. So all of that to say, I did not make it to get to see like all of the things, right? And I was like fairly sad because like at first, I mean, because like I said, the one thing I went for was the bright stripes. That's like literally all I wanted. And I probably, if they'd said just one yarn and that was there, I absolutely would have left happy with that. But then I started thinking more about the videos that I've seen and like, oh, well, I know there was this or this, you know. And then I was pleasantly surprised to find another one of my favorites on clearance. And I'll get to that in a second because I'm holding another one. I basically laid everything that I got out in front of me in like I grouped it all together and one thing wouldn't fit in front of me, so I'm holding it. So I'm going to start with that one. But I wanted to say beforehand that the one lady that was surprised, she actually was looking in my cart and she asked me where I found what happened to be one of the yarns, the yarn I was just talking about. And I said, well, it was on the other side. And I said, but this is all of it because this happens to be one of my favorite yarns. This was all they had left. And she said, oh, because I thought it would be perfect for a sweater that I'm making. And I told her, like, if you want to get some of it, like, just what color looks good. And I was telling her, like, I have this many of this one, this many of this one in there because it was kind of scattered, you know, when I was just tossing it in. And she ended up deciding she had wanted blue, and I only had one that was like a blue that she wanted. So she decided it wasn't enough and she was going to look for a different yarn after all. But I was willing to share, I'm just saying. And then I met one of you lovelies. I met your daughter. Another lady had stopped and said, you look familiar. And I was actually I was trying to figure out where I knew her from. And she's like, are you on YouTube? And I said, yes. And I could almost see David like shuffling beside me, kind of like, never gonna get her to shut up about this one. And I said, yes. And she said, my mom watches you. So I know I have a few Tinas, but Tina from Michigan. Hello, I met your lovely daughter today and I told her to tell you hi, but in case she forgot, hi. She's very nice. So we chatted for a couple seconds and then I didn't want to keep her either. So, you know, and I was basically done at that time. So that's when we skedaddled. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. That was the first time anybody's ever said that to me. So I was like, but so let's talk about what I did get, right? So first and foremost, since I'm holding her in my hand, these were on normally $6.99. They were on clearance for $174. And all of the ones that Hobby Lobby had were on clearance, not just these characters, colors, flavors, whatever you want to call them. But I had, when Lion Brand first put these out, they only had, like, first ever, I mean, they only had Cookie, Oscar, Elmo, and Big Bird. And I had wanted to make a blanket, which is still in the works in my planning process, but I mean, it's still there. But I had bought them up over time because my local store, Meijer, had them also. So I had bought them up over time because, like, Meijer put them on clearance eventually and stuff too. And so I had a lot more of them than any of the newer ones. And somewhere in between the older set and the newer set, Abby Cadabby seemed to have came out. So I don't know if she's technically an older one or a newer one, but I didn't have her as much as the original 4 anyway. So I got Abby Cadabby. I got 2 of her. I basically did take what was there as far as these guys go. I left all of the original 4 because Hobby Lobby does carry them. So I left all the Elmos, all the Oscars, all the Cookies, and all the Big Birds that were there. And, like, they're almost all of their heads are a little bit worse for wear. And that kind of makes me sad. Maybe I can fix them at some point. But yeah, I got 2 of the Abby Cadabbys. She's so adorable. And you're going to hear a little rustling because I'm going to try to put them back in the bag as I go because I have another bag after this one. And I got Bert. And I got 3. I managed 3 of Bert. Oh, his head is completely... Oh, poor Bert. But he was also $174. Oh, I probably could show you the colors on Abby. And those are the pretty colors. And here's the pretty colors on Bert, which I love Bert. I think he's beautiful. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of Ernie. I love the colors on Ernie. They did such a good job with the colors on these guys. If you're interested in the stats, I will tell you stats on stuff because they're still out there. Most of these are still, like, they're not discontinuing most of the things that I got. Just Hobby Lobby's getting rid of them or getting rid of the colors. Mostly. There's one set that for sure I think they're getting rid of the whole set, which makes me sad. But anyway, these One Hat Wonders are a 4-weight yarn. They are 100% polyester. That's right. That always surprises me because I always think I know acrylic and polyester, but I always think they're just going to say acrylic. They're 100% polyester. Excuse me. They are 2.5 ounces, which is 70 grams. There is a sticker over this one. Hold on a second here. Bert, how about you? There we go. 95 yards, which is 87 meters. They are machine washable on the gentle cycle and lay flat to dry. The suggested needle size is a 9, which is a 5.5 millimeter. And the suggested hook size is an I9, which is a 5.5 millimeter also. And they are made in China. They are distributed by lionbrand.com. I don't believe Lion Brand is discontinuing these. Like, I'm pretty sure you can still get them on the Lion Brand website. So, and that's what I plan to do. Because, like, in the newer set, there's also, like, the ones Hobby Lobby doesn't carry. They have Super Grover and the Count. And what I need to do is group all of mine together because I want to get even amounts of all of them. So I need to buy a couple more, probably a couple more Abbies, probably a couple of Berts, and then some more Counts and some more Super Grovers. And then I should have an equal amount to the originals that I have, I think. So those are the Sesame Street ones that I got. I'm gonna put Ernie away here. Hopefully not have an avalanche. stick this bag down here. And they gave me, I had to laugh because they gave me a Christmas bag. I was very proud of myself because I only, like, if you had seen my hauls from other years, I got like 2-3 bags. My first year I got like 5 bags from each store I went to. Everything fit into one bag. And the first store, it was only like half of this big bag. So I was very proud of me. I thought I did quite well. And then I had said I wasn't going to get any of the sock yarns. But as I was going by, because first of all, I don't use that much sock yarn because I would use it for like shawls, or I would like straight up try to use it for like a blanket, that kind of thing. I probably won't make socks. I do want to learn how to make socks, but I mean, I don't need to buy a ton of sock yarn, and I already have some sock yarn, so I don't need it for that purpose, right? So I was going to just walk right past it unless they had the neon version of the neon stripes in the socks, because that's on clearance too. And so that's what I was going to do that. They didn't have it, so I was just going to walk right by. But nope, I couldn't because they had, however you want to pronounce it, I say patons. Some people say petones, however you want to say it. I'm sure there's a third way to say it too. And I know it's not the softest ever yarn, but Patons Crochet socks. This is in the color Brownies. Look at this. Beautiful. And like, okay, I was going to say to mix it with orange. Look at that sticker with it. Does that not just like scream 70s or like leftover 70s in your mom's basement in the 80s? Like, I think it does. I love it. I think it's amazing. And the kicker was I have another of the same brand. I have another sock yarn that is like orangish red. It's variegated also, so it's like orange and red, I believe. That I think would mix stunningly with this to make either a nice big shawl or maybe a blanket. Like I was thinking maybe one of the like hooked on sunshine type blankets, like one of those. I think that would look stunning. I love it. Let's see if you have never seen this yarn before. It is by Yarn Inspirations. It is, I know there's wool in it, but 75% wool and 25% nylon. This is 166 yards, which is 152 meters. It is 1.75 ounces, which is 50 grams. I said it was the color Brownies. It is a 1 superfine yarn, which, I mean, it is a thin yarn. But for those of you who have seen like 2-weight yarns and stuff, it's a pretty thick one, in my opinion. That's why I thought it might not be that big of a stretch to make something like a blanket with it. Considering a lot of people I've seen now make them with like the thread yarns, like with the 4-ply threads and stuff. I think, I don't know. I'm just saying I might be crazy enough to make an attempt at it. Super fine one anyway. Care instructions on reverse side of label. Do not iron. It looks like it's made in Turkey, by the way. It looks like you can wash and dry this. No. I'm pulling the label off in case it says something. Hold on. Wash in water. Yeah, at a delicate setting. Do not bleach and tumble dry at low heat. Do not iron and do not dry clean. Okay, I was reading the, like, you know, the hieroglyphic part. I thought maybe I was like, surely I'm not reading that right, being made of wool, but, yes, you can. And again, made in Turkey, like I said. So I got, and these were normally $8.99. They're on sale. I even thought, like, I almost didn't get it just because pretty much everything else I bought was like $1.99 or less. Well, I guess actually this isn't that bad. I was thinking it was $2.99. And just because I was already on the fence, I was like, oh, I don't know, $3 each. It was $2.24. So it was only like a quarter more than the other ones. But I was still like, I got it anyway. Because the color was just gorgeous. To me, it was anyway. And I was going to buy a few. And instead, I got 1, 2, 3. Every other color, mind you, they had like 2 of each. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I got 8 of those at this store. Because I kept, you know, in my head, I was like, well, maybe a blanket, maybe. So just get them. I don't know anything about whether they're going to discontinue the color. I've never kept up on any of the other, like whenever Hobby Lobby has done the sock yarn, clearance before, have they discontinued the colors? I don't know, because I rarely buy sock yarn, very rarely. So for all I know, this color could be gone, and this is the kind of thing that I'm always looking for. Like if this had orange and or gold in it, this would have been exactly the kind of yarn I'm always looking for. Something variegated and 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s looking. It would have been the exact thing. So I couldn't really pass it up. I don't think, I'm gonna say, some of the browns are too light, because otherwise I'd be like, maybe I could over dye it with some yellow, like with some gold, because of the cream part, and it's wool. But it's also nylon, and like I said, some of the tans are too light. It's not gonna work, but it was a good thought, a fleeting thought, but it was a good thought. Well, anyway, so that's what the second thing that I got. Then I got only one, because I told you they were almost totally gone, but I got one of the hand-dyed, authentic hand-dyed Luxe, because I believe the Luxe ones are the ones with the sparklies in them. I'm not sure if I have had sparklies in, I don't have very many of the Hobby Lobby hanked yarns. And I'm not sure if I have any with the sparklies in them. I know Bella gifted me 2 of the clearance yarns from last year. With the black, with the colored stripes in them that I love so much. And I had a small collection, like 2 or 3 of the, I don't remember the name of them, but it was like a gold and reddish colored one. And I think that's the only ones I've had, I think, of the Hobby Lobby ones. But this was the only one, and I thought if I go to a different Hobby Lobby, maybe I'll find another one or 2 to make a shawl. But this one is called Greens and Grains. Greens and Grains. And hopefully you can see some of the sparkle in that. I think that's so pretty. And you can see it's golds and browns, and it's this deep green color, and the rest of it is like just this creamy natural color. I think it's very, very pretty. It's almost like a mallard duck. Like, it's so pretty. I really love that. The hand-dyed yarns are normally $14.99, and this was $3.74. They are a number 1 superfine. They are made of 99% superwash merino wool and 1% metallic polyester. It's the sparkly in it. Let's see. The suggested needle size is a US 2, which is 2.75 millimeter, and the suggested hook size is a D, which is a 3.25 millimeter. This you can wash on cold. You can iron it, but you cannot tumble dry and you cannot dry clean. It is 3.5 ounces. Sorry, I knew I was missing something here. 3.5 ounces, which is 100 grams. It is 420 yards, which is 385 meters. And it is made in Turkey. And again, it is greens and grains. So pretty, so sparkly. I love it. Love it. So I'm actually going to put this up here because it's got a spot to be put in right away. And the last thing I got from this store, well, I got a regular full price set of yarn, but only because a friend asked me to get her something. So that's not part of what I actually got in the clearance sale. The last thing that I got was a surprise to me. I haven't seen anybody haul this. Either I just missed it or it's not as popular as nobody loves it the way I do. I might have just missed it because I can't imagine it's not as popular. I got Yarn Bee Chloe. And this one is probably my favorite of the current ones. I've been collecting this off and on. I collected them when there was the coupons out, and then I'd grab one every now and then for a sale. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 of them already. So this would make my 6th one. Because I wanted to make this nice big shawl with it. I love this yarn so much. Normally this is $6.99, and it was reduced. All of the colors were on clearance. So either they're getting rid of it all, or they're going to get all new colors. And usually they get rid of all of it if all the colors are going on clearance. So I'm a little worried, you guys. But yeah, so the Chloe, this color is called Pick of the Bunch, and I did only get one of it because that's all that was there for this one. It is 3.5 ounces, which is 270 yards. What else can you tell me? Label. Here it is. It's 3.5 ounces, which is 100 grams, 270 yards, which is 247 meters. Oh, my tower of Chloe is falling. I did get other colors. I was just trying to stack them up neatly, and that didn't work out well. 270 yards, which is 247 meters. It is 70% wool and 30% viscose. It is considered a 4-weight yarn, and it's a roving, so some of it probably is. Here's a thicker portion, and that's probably a 4-weight. I wouldn't say it's a very thick 4-weight, but it's probably close to a 4-weight. But it is a roving, so some of it is thinner, some of it is thicker. So accurate, yes, but you can wash it on cold, but do not put it in the dryer. Do not iron it. Do not dry clean it. None of the above. Do not bleach it. Where were you made? Where were you? This was made in China. The suggested hook size is a J hook, which is a 6 millimeter. And the suggested knitting needles are just a size 8, which is a 5 millimeter. US size 8, I should say. And yes, again, Pick of the Bunch is the name of this one. And I can tell you, I would say from personal experience, but my friend, I will leave her nameless, but she made a swatch of Chloe yarn and she washed it and dried it, and she did felt it. So this is one, like, I still have the intention of doing my like experiment on all the different yarns that say, you know, do not wash and do not dry and that kind of thing, to see which ones you could really get away with washing and drying. But I can already tell you that Chloe, do not dry it. We'll still try the washing one, because who knows if it was the washing or the drying that really did it in, I suppose. Like, maybe you don't want to wash it either. We'll try it. But just listen to the... Unless your intention is to felt it, don't put it in the dryer. That being said, it looked really cool felted. So, I mean, you could felt it with the intention of felting it. I'm just saying. All right, so I got one of these. And did I already say $6.99 is the normal price, and they are reduced to $1.99. So I got one of those. Now I have to sort through my avalanche. Jade Taffeta is the other onesie that I got, and this is the color that the girl wanted, and I only had one of, so she ended up passing on it. But this is the other one, and it's got some beautiful greens in it. Now, I feel like I'm gonna have to also, like, I think after I do Andy's blanket, I'm going to like recollect all of my yarns together, because also, well, for several reasons. One, I just need to, because at this point I have a couple years worth of like Hobby Lobby yarns to go through, or to, you know, collect and put together. But two, with all of these coming in, I need to get rid of that many things, whether it be yarn or items out of the house. So I have to count up how many these are, and some of the things I give away, or, you know, get rid of in its place, is going to be yarn. So I have to figure out what yarns I'm going to use or give away, and do a giveaway, or maybe 2 or 3, depending, because I can't ship out a box that's like, but I feel like when I gather them up, I'm going to end up with more of these, because I'm certain that I have a couple more of these that are just hiding. I have a couple different stacks of Chloe, because every year that they've been on sale, I've hoarded them. The problem is there's there's different blues and there's different greens. Either that, or this is the one that I said I really wished was on sale. So I really do only have just one of them. That's probably it, because I do remember saying that last year, actually. So I may only have one. But that's okay. I can mix it with something that I have. Or if I get lucky, if David goes anywhere, like to another town, maybe he'll find another one for me. Stranger things have happened. This one is beautiful too. This is called Breezy Sunrise, and it's like blues and pinks. It's like a little pastel rainbow. And I did get 3 of those. Very, very pretty. I do not have any. Well, I do now, but I didn't have any of those. This one was, I believe this one was new last year. This one is called Bisque, like Bisque. And it's like a very neutrally, oh, it's gorgeous. Look at that. The tans, and very pretty. It's beautiful. And I got 3 of those. There's my 3rd one of those. And then I got one other colorway, but I have to move something because my mountain fell. My other colorway that I got was Pastel Prairie, and it's very pretty too. It's like a sunset almost. It's pinks and peaches and a really light tan. It's very, very pretty. And I didn't think I had this many of any of them, but I came away with 5 of these. So that's definitely enough. Like, it's too bad the girl didn't want like a pink, because I had plenty of this one to make a sweater. Because she was making like a little thing, and she had like, she said it was going to be like a little crop top. This would have been plenty for that. But she didn't want this color, so sorry. felt bad. Like, I felt bad that I had it, but I didn't even have what she wanted. I almost wanted to be like, if you want to give me your address, I have more blue at home. Like, I felt bad. But anyway, that is what I got at the first store. So I'm going to pause this and be right back. I'm going to stick these all in the bag, and then I'll get the other bag out and show you what I got in there. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Hopefully you have grabbed a drink before this video started when you saw the length. I just noticed the length. But I don't want to split it into two because some of this stuff has been repeats. I think this part of the video will go a little bit faster if I manage to not babble too much. And I'll try. But here we go. So when David and I got home, I think I mentioned in my video last night that there was like a misunderstanding with Damon. I had told him like I want to go to the Hobby Lobby sale, and he said sure. Well, I thought he was just like sure you do. So I didn't like clarify anything. He thought I was asking him to go. So he assumed we were going. So I was like, well, yeah, I'll go to, we went, like David and I went to this Hobby Lobby. So Damon and I went that way to the other Hobby Lobbies. And he actually called ahead for me to ask if they had it, just because it was starting to look like snow. And at the end of the day, we just beat the snow back. So it's a really good thing he called, because one of the two stores in that city said, yes, we just started marking it down. The other one said, no, we haven't done it today. So, and honestly, I probably won't go to that one. Like, maybe if the weather's nice on my next day off, maybe I'll go, but I probably won't. I really think the one yarn that I would want is not going to be there by that time if they've started the markdowns by then, because I imagine they'll probably start it tomorrow. We'll see. Anyway, so repeats that I got really quick, since you saw them in this last little part that I filmed. I got at this new store that Damon and I went to some more of the Sesame Street One Hat Wonders. I got 2 more of the Abby Cadabbies. I got 3 more of the Ernies, and I got 4 more of the Berts. I did leave some Elmos. I did leave Cookies, Big Birds, Oscars. Left those, whoever got them. That's awesome. Good, go you. I'm gonna throw them back in, but I got them out to count. I got some more of these because nobody got them. I don't understand. I don't know. I got some more of the brown, the beautiful brown Patons, Crochet sock yarn in the color Brownies. I got 1, 2, 3, trying not to have an avalanche, 4, 5, 6, 7. Didn't I say I got 6 at the other one? So I got 7 here. More than enough for a shawl. Good amount for a blanket. Especially mixed with that orangey red that I was talking about. I think there's a Hooked on Sunshine blanket in the makes. I excitedly went. I checked 2 places first. I checked for that neon stripe, soft and sleek, and I checked for the Chloe yarn once I found out Chloe was part of the clearance. Somebody there was a fan of the Chloe yarn, let me tell you right now, because I found one colorway of it. I found the Pastel Prairie, which is the pinks, peach, and sandy brown toned one. I found 4 of those, and that was all that was there. So I got them. Yeah. I was sad that they didn't have any more of the rainbows or the pastel rainbows, or, well, any of it. But that's okay, because I did get some. I'm very sad that they may not have it anymore. I sincerely hope that they're just bringing back more colors of it. I have absolutely no confirmation of this whatsoever, but there's like basically a rumor going around that Hobby Lobby is trying to get rid of all the brands that are not their own. And I mean, all the Lion brand that I saw was on clearance. All the Bernat that was left that I saw was on clearance. All the Red Heart that I saw was on clearance. All the Premier that I saw was on clearance. Does that mean they're not getting more in? No. So who knows what they're doing? They know, we don't. So we'll see what they end up doing. But if that were true, I really hope they bring this back. I mean, if it's all going to be Hobby Lobby yarn anyway, this is Yarn Bee. But anyway, I got 4 of them. I just said I hope the video is not that long. Oh, and the other repeat that I got, I think I only had one other. Everything else is new yarn, guys. I managed to find 2 of these gorgeous hand-dyed yarns in the color Grass and Grains. So all of the stats, if you just rewind, are in the last part of this video. So I'm just editing it all together. I'm not going to do separate videos because, like I said, there was a lot of repeat action going on. But that's the 3 together. Beautiful, beautiful shawl. Definitely. Love it. I love it. So, and beautifully sparkly. I really hope the camera picks any of that up for you to see. But there it is. Now to the new stuff, because this store had a lot more to, even though some of the stuff I'd hoped from the last store, this had more of other things. And that's awesome. The other store had none of the, like I said, the acrylic sugar wheels, none of it. I got one color, which they had 3 of, so I got all 3. This is in the color Mahogany Bliss, and it is a Yarn Bee sugar wheel. Not to be confused with the cotton ones, but this 100% acrylic, but is in this beautiful browns and the grays, like almost a grayish blue, almost, and then there is an actual blue in here, and it's almost like a gingerbread color. It's beautiful. I love it. Again, it's Mahogany Bliss. It is 100% acrylic, as I said, size 4 yarn. 7 ounces, which is 199 grams, 355 yards, which is 325 meters. You can wash it and you can dry it. Do not iron. Do not dry clean. It recommends a USI, which is a 5.5 millimeter hook, or a US 8, which is a 5 millimeter knitting needle. And it was made in Turkey. And I really love these, the sugar wheels. They are normally $7.99, and these were $1.99. And like I said, I picked up the 3 of this color that they had. I believe they had 2 other colors there, and they had like multiples of those. But these were the one. This was the color that I liked, so I just got that. I did try to leave an awful lot of stuff for everybody else, and like for multiple reasons. 1, that's the nice thing to do, and 2, I was really just trying to get the stuff I really liked, you know. So yeah, that's what I got, and then I beelined right for this. I'm just gonna say. The soft and sleek low pill fiber in the color, yep, Neon Stripe. This store had it. They had 3. And guess what? I got all 3. That is the beauty. Oh, look at that. If this isn't like a 1980s roller rink Saturday night or a video arcade Saturday night with your friends, I don't know what is. A night at the mall. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. If you are not familiar, I will go over the stats with you. It is, I said, the Neon Stripes color. It is a size 4 weight yarn. It is 100% low pill acrylic. It is 4 ounces. This is 4 ounces, which is 114 grams. It is 186 yards, which is 170 meters. I did already say it's a medium 4. You can wash it on cold. You can tumble dry. Do not iron. Do not dry clean. Recommended hook size is a J, which is a 6 millimeter. Or the recommended needle size is a US 8, which is a 5 millimeter. Normally, this is a $4.99 skein of yarn, $4.99. It was on sale on clearance for $1.24. It was made in Turkey, and it is beautiful. And I got, like I said, all 3 of them. This would be the reason that I try the other store, but I sincerely am sure that they will all be gone. Which makes me really sad. So 3 of them won't be enough to do a blanket unless I just do like some squares and mix it with black maybe. But yeah, it's what I got. And I'm happy to have this. So love it, love it, love it. Very happy to have it. Very grateful. Wish I had more, but that's okay. That's okay. Then I got, they had a lot of these and they were all on clearance. So I'm assuming again that they're getting rid of these. This is the Rainbow Rhapsody and the colorway on this one is called Cornucopia. And it is a beautiful rainbow. Excuse me. It's a beautiful rainbow color. They had another one that I wanted that was like black here, and it was all neon, like almost a neon rainbow in here. But they only had 2 of those, and they were super messed up. So I was like, oh, I don't want to be straightening out the thread, like the thread strands and everything else. I passed on that. Like somebody really messed those cakes up. So I've taken some messed up yarn at this price, but I did not. I could not do it. I couldn't bring myself to do it, even though that was also like a 1980 vibe to me. I could not bring myself to do it. Even Damon was surprised I didn't, but I was like, look at it. I can't. I just couldn't do it. This one was pretty. I almost didn't. I was like, I don't need this yarn, but Damon told me, you're going to hate yourself if you don't get it, so just get it, because I have been eyeballing it since it came out. I've been eyeballing this one and that black one that I just talked about. But unless this is also available at the other store and I do go, I will not be getting the black one. Here's the colors one more time. Excuse me. Again, it is called Rainbow Rhapsody in the color Cornucopia. The stats on it. 7 ounces are in this cake, which is 198 grams. It is 918 yards, which is 839 meters. So sorry. It is a size 1 superfine yarn. 60% cotton and 40% acrylic. You can wash on cold. Do not tumble dry, sorry. Well, do not do anything else, basically. Do not tumble dry, do not iron, do not dry clean, do not bleach. Suggested needle size is a US 2, which is a 2.75 millimeter. Suggested hook size is a D as in dog, which is a 3.25 millimeter. It is made in China. The normal price on these are $9.99. These were on clearance for $2.49. And I got it because, once again, there were 3 of them. And they were all in good shape. So I didn't miss the chance to get them. The only thing wrong with these, which one did I just have, is this one label is a little jacked up. But you know what? That's okay. The yarn wasn't. it was very sad to see the black ones, the black neon-y one, because it was really, they were really bad. Okay, then I got, this may surprise you because this store had one color of the I Love This Yarn marked down. There were some missing, so somebody had got those. And so I'm guessing there's like 3 or 4 of the I Love This Yarn colors marked down in total is my guess. I don't know that for sure. I didn't spend that much time like scoping out which empty bins had the D's that I talked about on them, but I'm guessing there's 3 or 4 total. There was one colorway there that I did see the stickers on, but I passed on it. Just because I don't need every yarn. I just don't. And there was basically all of the I Love This cotton was still there. All of the cotton that I've showed you in videos before that I said is much rougher, that was still there. All of the sugar wheel cotton was still there. All of the baby yarn was still there. Not all of it. There were like 4 skeins of the ice cream yarn that was left, because I might have gotten some of that if there was like a bigger quantity, but there was like 4 left and they weren't even all the same color, and I just passed on that. But yeah, almost all the other baby yarn and the blanket yarn was all there too. All the homespunny yarn, all of that was still there. But out of the sugar wheel cotton cakes, this caught my eye and I decided I did need it. This is the color Be Still My Tart, and I love it. It is very witchy to me. It is purples and greens, and if this was like, if you added an orange to this, it would be very Halloween. I mean, it still is Halloweenish, but I mean, it would just complete it to me. But yeah, this in itself is very witchy to me. I think purple and greens together are very witchy for some reason. And I have always liked it, but obviously it's never been in the clearance before, and I don't buy a lot of yarns that are not on sale unless I need them, and I don't buy much from Hobby Lobby that's not on clearance, honestly. Not because there's anything wrong with it, just because I don't know if they're going to put it this cheap. Sometimes I do. I'm not saying I never do, but obviously like Andy's blanket is all Hobby Lobby yarn. So I'm not saying that at all, but let's get back to this, shall we? This is made with US fibers. It says so right there. I don't think most of the other ones say that. It is in the color Be Still My Tart. It is made in Turkey. This is what the whole thing says. Made in Turkey, made with fibers grown in the US. It is 100% cotton. It is 5 ounces, which is 142 grams. It is 335 yards, which is 306 meters. It is a 3 lightweight yarn. You can wash it on cold. You can dry it. You can iron it. Do not dry clean it. It is recommended a US 7 crochet hook, which is a 4.5 millimeter, or a US 6 knitting needle, which is a 4 millimeter. And I did already say it was made in Turkey with US fibers. Normally these are $6.99, and I got them for $1.74. And I got 1, 2, and 3 of them. There was a 4th one, but that one was another one that was just very messed up. Very, 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 very messed up. So I left that there. But this is plenty to make, like bags with, or, I mean, bags is actually what I had in mind with it. Or maybe like, I'm fond of making like, taking like a doily, pattern and making it with some like bigger cotton to make like a table runner. So that's something I would consider doing with this too, because it's nice and soft and it's pretty. So yeah, that's kind of my plans for that. So I got 3 of those, like I said. Okay, then the last type of yarn that I got that there is a story behind, and I'm gonna have to start piling it up on the table because there just wasn't room. Because okay, what had happened was I wasn't gonna get this yarn. Like, I wanted it at the first store, and there was literally one ball of yarn left of one colorway, and I said, I'm not gonna get that. I'm not gonna get that. Because what will I do with it? Basically, you know, what will I do with it? And I didn't get it. And, I had told David then, I said, I wish they had other colors of it. I wish they had more because, since Hobby Lobby first got this, I had really wanted to try it out. And I was surprised that they put all of it on clearance. So this is another one, guys, that I'm guessing is going to just go into the wind, go away. But at this store, they had a ton of it. They had almost, I bet everything on the shelf was still there. So I got it. Now my original thing was I got 3 colors. I'll show you the 3 colors that I got first, like that I'd first picked out, but it is the Yarn Bee Highlights. And it's got these beautiful sparkles that I was trying to show off with the other yarn, so hopefully you can see them. I think you can. It says beautiful sparkles in it. This one is in, as you've probably guessed, the color Rust. Let's see here. These were made in Turkey. Just let me get that out of the way since I spotted it. These are 79% acrylic, 20% polyamide, 1% metallic. And the metallic, if you didn't catch it, it's almost sticking off of it the way, you know how if you get like wool and the random strands are sticking up, that's the way the metallic is sticking off of it. It's like strands of hair. So it's kind of interesting, and I'll be interested to see how well it stays in the yarn too. But frankly, even if it doesn't, this yarn is so soft and so nice that for the price, it's okay. Again, it's called Highlights. This ball is 3.5 ounces, which is 100 grams. It is 380 yards, which is 348 meters. It is a light 3-weight yarn. I would agree with that. You can wash it, you can dry it, do not iron it, do not dry clean it. It is suggested a US 7 needle, which is a 4.5 millimeter, or a US 6 hook, which is I'm so sorry, I mixed that up. A US 7 hook, which is a 4.5 millimeter, or a US 6 needle, which is a 4 millimeter. Normally, these are $4.99. I got it for $1.37. And I picked up, okay, so I picked up Rust. I picked up Gold. See the sparkles? And they didn't have a green. I don't know if green exists with it. I don't think there was a green ever. So I picked up Black. And there were 2 blacks, so I got those. There were 3 gold, so I got those. And I picked up 3 of the Rust because I thought that'll be a good amount for like a pretty big shawl. And that's what I'm going to do. So when Damon and I were leaving, I said, the cart was down the aisle. And I said, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm just going to look at something. And he said, oh, okay. Because he knew already what was going on, I think. And I went back and I was like, there were 2 more of the Rust. And I said, I can't leave the Rust. Like, I could always make the shawl bigger with this color, so I'm going to take them. So I did. And then I was staring at what was left. And I said, you know, they have this teal green. And I was like, if I were to add that in, That would make a really 70s looking color theme still, right? It would. So I was like, yeah, it definitely would. And I think I'd like that. So I'm going to get these. There were 3 of these too. So I think I'm going to get these. And I was like, 5 of the rust, 3 of the gold, 2 of the black, 3 of the teal green. That's a pretty, like, on your way to a pretty good sized blanket. If not, it is a pretty good sized blanket. But it needed to be on your way to a pretty good sized blanket in my head, right? Because then I was like, well, there's only 2 other colors left. So with the teal, you know, this spa color, SPA, spa, is this really powder blue color. It's beautiful sparkles. There's quite a halo to it too, by the way. My camera probably doesn't pick that up, but I can see the fibers like sticking off of it. I was like, that's the powdery blue just hits really well with the rust. That would be a really pretty blanket in itself for like a 70s color. Like really it would. Now I can let go because there's 5 of these. So I picked those up too because I mean, I'm just saying, the colors kind of mix and match with the whole 70s theme here. I'm just saying that they kind of do. So at this point, these are the 5 colors. Okay. That left, I mean, there was only 2 of the white, which is called ivory. And it's got some pretty sparkles in it too. It's probably blowing out real bad with my camera. So there was 2 of those. And I thought, you know, depending on the color combinations for a shawl or a blanket that I make, the white would go with it too, really. So I went home with all of it. And that's what happened. And I came carrying out the last of the blues. At this point I had the blues, the 2 different blues, the white, and the couple other rust. And Damon knew. He's like, just put it in the cart. So yeah, I went home with those. But you know, again, nobody had gotten these, you guys. Like, people had picked through the other stuff, but nobody had gotten these, so who better to give vintage colors a home? But so yeah, I'm gonna try them. I think these are gonna be, though, I'm already seeing this, and I'm still gonna love them, I think, because of the sparkle and because of the colors, but my problem with the Baby Bee Sweet Delight is all of the static that it comes with. I think these are going to be very staticky because, like, my hair is already gravitating towards it. Like, quite a bit of my hair is on end towards the balls right here. And I see they have already collected one of my hairs. So maybe somebody knew something that I didn't know, and that's why they didn't take them. But I'm still going to give them some love, and we'll see how it goes. But that's what I ended up getting. And like I said, I don't, like, with the exception of that, I really want to see if I can get some more of the rainbow or the neon stripe yarn, and maybe that Rainbow Rhapsody in the 80s kind of looking neon color. I think I have completed my Hobby Lobby-ness. I have had a good run. I have successfully gotten even less, I think, this year than I have the last few years, which that's been my goal, is like just keep it under control. This was my crazy splurge, was this, really. Always happens with Damon. I'm much more under control with David. But he didn't want to go to that one, so I went with Damon. But yeah, so hopefully, and I know there are a lot of yarns on clearance that I did not get, and I couldn't show you because they were gone. So like I said, make sure you check your Hobby Lobbies, and if you have also gotten a haul, show me on Facebook. Join my group if you haven't, my Facebook group, always linked down below. And we want to see, everybody wants to see. We love seeing your hauls. So yeah, just let us know. So, all right, I'm going to go. I know that this was a long one, you guys, and thanks for sticking it out if you have stuck it out this long. And yeah, definitely look for giveaway in the future. I'll probably sort through stuff after Andy's blanket is complete this month, but I have to get rid of things to make room for this. So, and some of it's going to have to be yarn. So, all right. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.